The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Conor Commentary, a hilarious take on news, politics, sports, and current events. It's time to buckle up. Here's Conor.
And we are back, guys. What's going on? It is the night before Thanksgiving. Do you know what that means? The night before Thanksgiving. Do you know what today is considered, Ben?
What is today considered?
Today is considered, there's two names for it when I looked it up, because I did some research. And
Blackout Wednesday.
Yes, that is one of the names.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Oh, I was totally making that up.
Were you really?
Yes.
Because I looked it up, which there's a lot of conflicting stuff. There were a few different things, but this is considered the biggest drinking night of the year, right?
This and St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, I looked it up, and there was because the different people saying different things. I guess there's no real way to determine what's the biggest drinking night of the year, right? Like, what would you do? Look at bar tabs throughout the entire country and add it all up? I don't know. But it said tonight, St. Patrick's Day, and New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the three.
Skipped that one.
Right. New Year's Eve, obviously. But New Year's Eve is amateur night, I feel like.
Oh, it's awful. I hate New Year's Eve.
I always say New Year's Eve is the biggest drinking night for people who aren't old enough to drink. If you're 16 through 20, enormous night to drink. Although we don't promote underage drinking on this show.
Absolutely
by any
not.
means. But that's just what I heard.
We're just telling you from experience.
From experience of other people that we've seen.
Yeah.
Is the experience that we're basing that off of. But it's called, you're right, Blackout Wednesday and Drinksgiving. All right?
That's so dumb.
those were the two. And they're saying it's because of four things, is what I read. One, the fact that everyone comes home back to their house or whatever, their family's house, their original stomping grounds.
Yep.
The night before Thanksgiving.
Their hometown.
That's what I'm trying to say. Their hometown.
Yep.
Two, nobody the night before Thanksgiving wants to host anything, so everyone decides to go out.
Yep.
Even older people go out to the bars and everything, go out to eat because they don't want anyone over the night before. Because everyone has to clean like crazy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing. What were the other two things? Now I'm forgetting.
You did this research.
I know. I should have written them down. They all made sense though. It was the college kids coming back or people in general coming back home and going out. Nobody wants to host the night before Thanksgiving. I don't know, but that's why it's that.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
It was always fun. I shouldn't say it was always fun. It was fun for those 3 years of college.
Yes.
Maybe the last 2 years of college once you're 21.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can legally do it. And then maybe the year or two after that, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's 19 through 23, like you're saying. Then after that, it's there's nothing to do anymore on it.
Well, no, people aren't
deal.
coming back, or they've already moved back and now they live back in their hometown with everyone else, or they're just scattered.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any big plans?
No.
No, I don't think anyone can have any big plans. The bars close at 9:30 now, right? Is that the new law, or is it 9:30 or 10 o'clock, one or the other?
Something like that. In Massachusetts, at least, yeah.
That's true.
9:30, 10 o'clock.
Actually, here in New Hampshire, there isn't any rules, right? Or do you not know? I don't know.
You can party with your dick out here in New Hampshire.
You can, yeah. All right, so everyone's going to be coming over the border for Drinksgiving or Blackout Wednesday here then. There we go. It's going to be terrible for a place in Lawrence called the Clatter. When I was younger, that's where everyone went. It would be absolutely packed, thousands of people. That was the spot to go.
It was always kind of fun, just seeing the girls come back from freshman year and whatever. Maybe
it's when everyone puts on the freshman 15, right?
Well, yeah, you do that judging game of, whoa, someone needs less ramen in their life. Is
ramen fattening? Ramen's low calorie, right?
Doesn't it have a ton of salt in it?
It might actually. Somebody told me.
I've never eaten ramen in my entire life, so I don't know.
I've only eaten it very few times, although those few times were in college. It's very mediocre. It
looks like shit.
Dude, it's very basic. But somebody at work told me 2 weeks ago, ramen is one of the worst things that you can have because they put so many preservatives in it to keep it fresh or whatever the word is for it, to keep it preserved, I guess. And because of that, it has all artificial shit in it.
Yeah. Here we go. I just typed in, is ramen bad for... Actually, I just typed in, is ramen, and it finished it for me saying bad for you.
Really?
Yeah. So, though instant ramen noodles provide iron, B vitamins...
These are good things.
Manganese.
Magnesium?
No, manganese.
Manganese. I don't know what manganese is.
I don't either. They lack fiber, protein, and other crucial vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
Additionally, their MSG, TBHQ, and high sodium contents may negatively affect health, such as increasing your risk of heart disease, stomach cancer, and metabolic syndrome.
Other than that, it's awesome for you. MSG, is that the thing in Chinese food that makes you like hungry again in a few hours?
Makes it delicious.
Is that what it does?
Or it's Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Either one.
No, but Chinese food, isn't there a thing with Chinese food where it's...
Yeah, MSG.
Yeah, and it makes you like hungry again later on?
Oh,
or am I making that part up?
I don't know if those two things correlate, but that was always the running thing with Chinese food. Yeah, I just had a bunch of Chinese food. I'll be hungry in an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if those two things are related. But
maybe that's the same stuff that they put in there to make the Chinese food stay like good for years. Because when you go to the buffet, they got to keep that stuff good for days.
Those hot lights are only going to do so much.
I know. How bad do you think that stuff is for you? Buffet Chinese food.
I don't know, and I don't care because I'll still do it.
Touche.
Although my hometown, the one that had the best Chinese food buffet,
what place?
Gone.
What? Oh, what? What was it called?
Lotus Blossom or Lotus Flower?
Lotus Flower. Blossom, Lotus Flower. That sounds familiar.
Lotus Flower.
Was that in
there's a million
in Fitchburg?
Framingham.
Framingham. I always think you're from Fitchburg.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It starts with an F.
Yeah, it starts with an F.
Well, I live closer to that way now.
Yep.
But no, I'm not from there.
So that place was phenomenal? Highly recommended?
Well, it's closed now. So
it's closed now. Outside of that,
not highly recommended.
Outside of that, because they just throw that shit under there and then put the lights on it and keep it warm that way, right?
Yeah,
eating some like 2-day-old like boneless spare ribs.
Yeah, it's gross.
Whatever they do to make that stuff like really red, God knows what they put in that, right?
Yeah,
crab rangoon.
Oh,
you don't like crab rangoon?
No, I don't.
Crab rangoon's bomb. It's one of my favorite Chinese food things. You don't like it?
To me, it's one of those. It's one of those items on a Chinese food menu that you're either going to get really good crab rangoons or they're going to be god awful.
Touche.
So I always kind of stay away from them.
I feel like everything Chinese food is at least decently tasting because they just deep fry the shit out of everything.
Well, let's qualify this. American Chinese
food. Honestly, though, if you've ever had have you ever been to P.F. Chang's?
Yes.
They have phenomenal Chinese food. That's like real Chinese food, I feel like.
Sort of.
Yeah. It's like the high quality stuff.
I usually get the Mongolian beef.
Me too. The Mongolian beef there is so good.
It's not Chinese.
No?
It's Mongolian.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say it's not. Yeah,
they're neighbors.
Yeah, they're neighbors, right? I guess. Yeah, it's Mongolian, but the Mongolian beef is phenomenal. You ever get the Kung Pao chicken?
Yes.
I love that
it's
too.
Really good.
Kung Pao chicken, lo mein.
Yep.
There's not that many of them left, though, man. They keep closing down.
I know.
You have to drive all the way to like Natick or something now to get it.
Ooh.
Still worth it.
I have a place right down the street from my house.
P.F. Chang's?
No, not a P.F. Chang's, but a Chinese food place.
It's good, though?
I don't mind it. I don't think it's that bad. I know other people in my neighborhood have tried it, and some of them hate it. Others think it's good. It's all up to you whether or not you like what they do versus what someone else does.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm starving.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm gonna eat Chinese food for dinner tonight.
Lucky bastard.
Executive decision.
And you're gonna watch the movie Executive Decision?
Is that a movie? Never even heard of it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know any movies.
Mid-90s, Steven Seagal's in it.
You love the mid-90s movies.
Yeah, because that's like my wheelhouse, man. Yeah. That's when I was a kid.
That was really popular back then. The movies, right?
Oh, hell
was that like their peak? The mid-90s when people actually always went to like the movies. The movies are kind of dying now, right?
Oh, yeah, they're dying hard right now.
When I was a kid, going to the movies was like really popular. I used to go to the movies a lot.
Oh, it was
like
awesome.
The early 2000s. So I'm saying like the 90s must have been even crazier.
90s were great. 80s were probably good.
Yep.
But movies were different for a long time until like the late 70s, until Betamax comes out, until VHS was popular in the 80s. Like you could only see movies at the theater or the Sunday night movie of the week.
And then at the theater, they took a long time before they'd actually release them on video, right?
Oh, it was months.
Yeah, so like if you didn't see it in the theaters, you had to wait a long time before you could go to Blockbuster and rent it.
Yeah, you're waiting like 6 months after it's released.
Now it's like a new video is released on Netflix, like immediately.
They ship you a DVD while they're filming the movie.
Right. Yeah, literally. I watched that Pete Davidson movie with Bill Burr in it.
Oh, the Prince of Long Island or something like that?
Yeah, whatever it was. The Staten Island one. It was very mediocre. I don't know. You haven't seen it?
No, it looked really... I don't think Pete Davidson's that funny.
No, it really wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson, yeah.
Not that interested in him.
No, I know. Saturday Night Live isn't that funny either, I don't think.
No,
Never been
it
a
hasn't been that good for a while.
Right. He's still on there, right? That's his claim to fame outside of hooking up with Ariana Grande and then that other smoke show 40-year-old lady. That's what he does. That's what he does is Saturday Night Live.
Awesome, by the way. She was in the Underworld movies.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, she's a...
And Ariana Grande, who he's engaged to after they went out for like 6 weeks, right?
Yeah, but they're not together anymore.
I know. Damn.
Then he was dating Larry David's daughter, and she dumped him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he almost made it to the Ariana Grande thing. If she didn't have a prenup, she's worth like, what, $50 million, $100 million?
Somewhere in
Has
that
to
range.
be, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely a little lower on the totem pole, I would imagine.
He's probably got like 2.
Yeah, but SNL pays pretty well, I'm sure.
No?
You don't think so? No? What do you think he gets paid on SNL?
Well,
It's got to be more than like
comparatively speaking,
Right.
like
to normal people.
well, yeah, to normal people, it's good. It's not even like blow you away good though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think these guys are making.
You don't think they make 7 figures?
No, I don't think
Really?
anyone makes 7 figures.
Shit, I thought SNL was like the dang.
No,
that was back in the day, right?
Yeah, and even the people that would do that is like maybe Will Ferrell in his last year because they wanted to keep him. Or
Well, also back in the day, that's how people started to get really famous, right? Like, wasn't it like David Spade, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley at one point?
Spade, Sandler, Farley, Chris Rock, Rob Schneider.
Yep.
Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman. That's all one cast.
So anyone who's really good leaves.
Well, yeah, you kind of you put in your 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is, and then
Right.
you go off and making movies, or you become irrelevant because
Touche.
there's so many of them that you've never seen do anything ever again.
Right, that's true. People we probably don't even think about or remember that were on Saturday Night Live and then just disappeared into the abyss.
Yeah, and then there's also some that were like they were on Saturday Night Live, like Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a cast member of Saturday Night Live in like 1980.
Jeez.
And you're like, what?
Well, either you needed to do that, or you just needed to become friends with Adam Sandler, and he'd just give you a role in all of his movies
No
for the next
shit.
20 years. Like the same people over and over and over again. So Rob Schneider was on Saturday Night Live. I thought he was just friends with Adam Sandler.
No, he was the copy guy. He had a big sketch.
Did he?
Making copies. yeah, that was a big Schneider. So it was probably Farley. It was probably Sandler, Farley.
Yep.
Of those guys were the biggest on Saturday Night Live. Chris Rock was probably the least
Right.
because he was never in anything.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
So it probably went Rock,
there.
Spade,
Yep.
Schneider, Farley, Sandler, Farley.
Yeah.
However you want to do it.
Sheesh, they all went on to do big things, though.
Yeah, I mean, even Schneider.
Rob Schneider was in a
Deuce
bunch.
Bigelow, Male
He's in
Gigolo.
a
They made
bunch
two
of
of those.
stuff. Yep. He's the hot chick, right?
Yep.
Was that him? Yep. 51st Dates.
Yeah, he was in what was Sandler's football one?
Oh,
Drawing a blank on the name of it.
Longest Yard.
No.
No, he wasn't in that,
The
right?
one where he played Bobby Boucher.
Oh, Waterboy.
Waterboy.
He was in that? Who was he?
He was like the Cajun guy. You can do it.
Oh, yes, he was. He was hilarious in that. He has a bunch of those small roles where he's wicked funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
You can do it.
Cut his freaking head off. He was really good now that you say that. That's funny. Yeah, he's in a bunch of other things. David Spade, same thing. Oh, they were all in Grown Ups,
Yep.
which wasn't that good, but I'm sure it made him a ton of money.
Oh, it made buckets of cash.
Right. That was one of the things that was because those movies are like family movies, like family comedies. They bring people out in droves.
Well, yeah, if it's comfortable enough for the parents to go with the kids, and kids meaning like 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds.
Right.
Like, it's one of those movies that has that crossover appeal.
Yep. Right up
Even though-
everyone's alley.
Even though 10-year-olds are not like, this is my favorite movie, and parents aren't like, this is my favorite movie, but they're like, we can watch this together.
Yeah. And
it
it wasn't
works.
horrendous.
Yeah.
It's very mediocre.
It was very mediocre.
That had everyone in it too, though. Kevin James, Chris Rock.
Yeah, Kevin James basically just filled in the Farley role.
Yeah. Yep. He and then he just hit a home run out of the park with King of Queens.
Well, that was way before.
Way before, right?
Yeah, he made buckets of cash.
Had to have.
Yeah.
So what are we ranking Pete Davidson's yearly income is? I just want to know this out of curiosity in case I ever decide to go on Saturday Night Live. Maybe I don't want to anymore now that it pays so low.
I guess $200,000.
Really? That's it? Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking at least $500,000.
No, I doubt
Wow, I guess I'm not interested anymore.
it. Let me see.
Actually, would you go on Saturday Night Live, Ben, for $200,000 a year?
Fuck yeah. I would.
I know. What am I saying? I do it for $50,000 a
this
year.
says Since 2014,
Yep.
Davidson earns $15,000 per episode he appears on.
Okay.
Assuming he makes at least one appearance on all 21 episodes per year, Pete would make around $315,000.
Wow, you were right on the money then.
That's pretty close, yeah.
You were very close.
Yeah.
Shit, $315,000 a year.
But that also means you got to live in New York.
Touche, which is insanely expensive.
Which you might as well be earning $100,000.
Right. Everything's subjective. If you're living in New York or LA, I mean, even Boston's
or
absurd.
San Francisco, San Diego.
San Francisco, anywhere out in California, right?
Basically, just move to Texas. Live in one of those big cities because it's dirt cheap.
Yeah, do that Joe Rogan thing. Where did he move to?
Austin.
Yeah, smart decision.
What are you going to be doing for tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day?
Not much, man. You're not supposed to go have big parties or anything. You got to keep it low, right?
Keep it low key.
Low key, less than
10 and under.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. So not much. What are you doing? Any big plans?
None.
You making any? You cooking?
No, we already did our Thanksgiving.
You already had Thanksgiving?
Yep.
What do you guys have your own schedule there?
Yeah, we just do our own thing.
All right. So
Fuck
what
it.
are you gonna do on Thanksgiving Day?
Christmas is in April.
Is this what you do? This doesn't surprise me.
No, Thanksgiving's the only one we do it this way. Yeah, because when my brother and his now ex-wife had a kid, like it was basically bouncing between families, and everyone lived kind of far away.
Yep.
And so what we started doing was our quote unquote Thanksgiving in late October.
Oh, all right.
There wasn't any stress.
Yeah.
We wanted to eliminate holiday stress.
Touche.
And so by moving our Thanksgiving up a little bit and doing the same exact shit, we eliminated that stress. So on Thanksgiving Day, I'm going to be watching football.
It's a good day.
And smoking a blunt.
That's actually nice. Then you have no stress. It's a free day off while everyone else is doing stuff.
Yeah.
Football plays all day long.
Yeah.
You just hang out all day.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's perfect.
So you've already cooked your turkey. You already had your stuffing.
I already had it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got some Thanksgiving Day facts for you, Ben.
Uh-oh.
I want to see if you can get them right. I have a feeling you might get some of them. All right. Let's see. You prepared?
No hands on the computer.
No hands
Google help.
No hands on the computer. I'll make sure. Although Ben's like mini Google himself over here. Question number 1.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. How long? The music. Carmen San Diego, right?
No.
No? What was
this.
that?
Yeah.
That's about all I can
That's
play.
That's all we can do before
Carmen.
Carmen San Diego sues the show. We don't have a long legal budget, so we got to avoid
It's very
that.
short.
Very short, yes. How long did the first Thanksgiving last?
Ooh.
I'll give you a hint. It was longer than one day.
No, I know. I was going to say 3 days.
That is correct.
Is it?
Yes.
Nice. All right.
It was 3 day long.
One for me.
3 day long feast. Question number 2.
Yes.
When was the first Thanksgiving?
16.
Got the first part right.
26.
Wow. Very close. We had the first 3 parts right. It was 1621.
Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, it was even closer to when they... Okay.
Yep.
So they land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock lands on them. In 1620, they do it the next year. Well,
Really? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
1620?
For Plymouth Rock, yeah.
Who landed here?
The
The Pilgrims, right?
bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
That's who landed here.
Bunch of assholes.
Bunch of really...
The rest is history.
Bunch of really religious dicks.
Yeah.
That's who landed here. Nobody wanted them in England anymore. They're like, get the fuck out. You guys are annoying.
Oh, yeah. They came from England, right?
They went from England to the Netherlands.
Okay.
Because the Netherlands were a little more...
Wait, where the fuck are the Netherlands? I thought...
spitting distance from England. Just
Okay.
Across the English Channel and a little bit north.
Gotcha.
So it's not very far away. So they went there, and then they came over on the Mayflower. Then the Mayflower went back.
Did they know that America existed then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they were coming over here deliberately.
When did Columbus sail the ocean blue?
1400 something, right?
1492.
1492. But then how did they get the word out back then? Because
Hey, there's this new place. It's like 3 months boat ride away. It's fucking awesome. There's just red people there. That's it. Bunch of animals, bunch of land, bunch of trees, everything we could want. Tobacco? Have you even heard of that yet? No? Well, it's going to give you the best kind of fucking lung cancer you'll ever have.
Yes.
No, so, okay. So there's people already here, obviously.
Yep.
The Vikings, quote unquote, discovered, again, quote unquote, America around the year 1000.
Okay.
Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, they're the ones that...
They were the original people who were here.
The original...
In the year 1000?
Well, the original people that were already here are what we would call Native Americans.
Right.
Cahokia, even Aztecs, Mayans, Inca, all that shit. They were already here.
Yep.
They were already here for a long time. And so in about year 1000, they discover it. They go back to Greenland, go back to Iceland, wherever. They tried to do a settlement on what we knew, or what we've been told as the translation being Vineland, because they found grapes there.
Okay.
Which is basically like the area of Nova Scotia.
Yep.
Like that area, I don't know, Prince Edward Island, like those type of places. This is the weird thing. This is where history gets really confusing sometimes, and what we've been led to believe is
it's like what actually happened
complete bullshit
so long ago.
So first of all, it was common knowledge when Columbus sailed west that the earth was round.
Right. Oh no, I thought he thought it was flat.
No. Nobody fucking thought it was flat.
No?
No.
So did he really think he thought he was going to India though, right?
Yeah, he thought he was going to the East Indies.
Right.
To find a new route for the spice trade. That's what he
went
thought
in the complete wrong direction, huh?
Well, he thought he was going in the right direction. So if he was going to sail west to get to the East Indies, obviously he fucking knew it was round.
That's true, right?
Right? That's what logic tells you.
If not, he would have fallen off the face of the earth, right?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, that's a very good point.
So they knew it was round. What we were taught is horseshit.
Yep.
It was common knowledge. It wasn't like it was just a couple of smart people know it's round and everyone else thinks it's flat. No. It was pretty common knowledge that the earth was fucking round. And so he sails over, lands in the Caribbean, Hispaniola, and, well, he's a horrible asshole.
Yes.
Starting to enslave him. Hey, it's nice to meet you guys. You guys have some cool stuff over here. Would you like syphilis? Actually, syphilis came the other way.
Is that what it was? It was syphilis?
Yeah,
I thought everyone got the smallpox. Or was that later?
No, that was a little bit later that Europeans were giving Indians smallpox. But originally, actually, the Indians, quote, the natives, whatever you want to call them, gave Europeans syphilis, and they're the ones that brought it back to Europe.
Oh.
It was unknown to Europeans for the thousands of years, and then all of a sudden it comes back with tobacco. Yeah.
Syphilis and tobacco.
So
created in the same year.
Okay, trying to wrap up that long-ass story into a much shorter story now. Yes, people knew that a continent existed.
Yep.
It was fairly well mapped by 1620.
Right.
Amerigo Vespucci came over. It was all mapped out. You had all the conquistadors from Spain over here fucking everybody.
They were too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, those stories are messed up, dude.
How do you know all this?
I'm a history nerd.
You just love history?
Yeah, I used to be a history major. I love this shit. And so they knew before the Pilgrims came over in 1620, we had already had some other English people settle a colony in Virginia.
Yep.
Jamestown. Yeah, Jonestown's where they drank all the poison and died. Jamestown.
Who was that with? Jim Jones?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. And it was kind of fledgling. But there was already a settlement in Florida.
Yeah.
St. Augustine was already kind of grooving by that point.
Right.
So they already knew it was kind of open land for them.
Right.
So they thought.
Yeah, because if people came in through Florida, right, and they settled there, and then other people came in and they landed in Massachusetts, how the heck would either of them know each other back in that day?
Well, the ones that settled in Florida were the Spanish.
Okay.
There was people already in the West Coast. There was already people in California.
Right,
the conquistadors were already in Southern California by this point.
Right. So there were a ton of people already. They were just spread out in different areas of America. And we just hear the only story about the Pilgrims.
Kind of.
Yeah. Right? That's all they teach you in school.
Sir Walter Raleigh, and then we hear about Jamestown and Pocahontas and all that shit.
Pocahontas was a real story, right?
Yeah.
Was? Okay.
Well, the movie's not factually accurate.
Touche. But she existed. That was way back when. What was that, like the 1500s?
She helped John Rolfe.
That was him?
I think it was early 1600s.
Early 1600s.
Same time frame. And then John Rolfe took her back to, took her back to England and paraded her around like, look at this savage, and basically kind of kept her as like a servant wife.
Oh.
Yeah, until she died.
That was the 1600s, right?
Yeah.
Sheesh. That was only 400 years ago, though, right?
Yeah.
Think about how crazy shit has gone in 400 years.
Yeah.
That seems like that should be like 4,000 years ago.
Next year will be the 400th anniversary for Thanksgiving.
Touche. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very good to know.
And I don't think it became a national holiday until like the 1850s.
Hey, you can't look it up because that's my next question.
All right.
My third question for Ben. You're 1-1. If you get this one, you are victorious.
Yeah.
You are the Drinksgiving champion if you were to get this. What president made Thanksgiving a national holiday? And it was around the year that I think you were going to say.
Wasn't Lincoln. It was before Lincoln, right?
I can't tell you that.
Fuck. James K. Polk.
Nope, it was Abraham Lincoln.
Was it Lincoln?
Yes. Fuck! Abraham Lincoln did it in like 1859 or something.
All right, right before the Civil War.
yeah, exactly. Right before he decided to make Thanksgiving a holiday so everyone could get together and be inclusive, right? All right, so tomorrow, big football games.
Yeah.
Let's run it down. Lions, Texans.
Lions.
Who do you have? Lions?
Lions.
Really? You think the Lions are going to beat the Texans? Why? You think Houston sucks?
Houston does suck.
Touche.
And I'm a Matt Stafford fan.
Are you?
I like Stafford.
Matt Stafford will probably throw like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he does that a lot and they still lose.
Yeah.
Their record on Thanksgiving is 37-40-2, which I think epitomizes their team.
Dude, when I was little, it was the best because that was one of the few times you actually got to watch a full Lions game, which meant you got to watch Barry Sanders.
Oh, aha.
That was the best.
I know. They've been playing on Thanksgiving for like 100 years almost.
You just ran down for 75 years?
Yep. They started in 1934.
Okay.
And it was as a advertising thing to try and get people to go watch the Lions. Because back then everyone loved baseball. So that was in 1934.
It's baseball, boxing, and horse racing were the 3 big sports.
Those are the things, right? Yep. My, how things have changed.
Yeah, no shit.
Now it's UFC, football, and what else?
Basketball's pretty big.
Basketball's pretty big, yeah.
Ratings aren't always great.
Yep.
But
it's mostly
social consciousness. Like everyone knows who the basketball players are.
Right. It's mostly just football and MMA at this point, right? Those are the 2 biggest things.
Pretty much.
All right. Second game. Huge playoff implications. Washington football team, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, what a shit show that game's going to be.
Touche, but one of these teams very well might make the playoffs.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Wow. Cowboys are at home.
Washington football team.
I know. Either one of them. Shout out to Andy Dalton. I think he's going to play. Then there was a great game to end it.
Yep.
Ravens Steelers.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That's going to be good, right?
Most of me wants to say Steelers, obviously.
Right.
I kind of think the Ravens might have a bounce back game against them.
I think so too, and because the Ravens already lost to them, right?
I think so.
And I don't like that when like 2 really good teams in the same division play each other. It's hard for one of them to go 2-0.
Yeah.
Because the other time the other team's gonna get the better of them if they're like somewhat of an equally matched team.
Yeah, they lost.
Right?
On November 1st.
Yep.
By 4 points.
Yep. So I feel like this time the Ravens will win.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You have anything for the people, Ben? Any inspirational words for Thanksgiving or Blackout Wednesday or Drinksgiving?
Well, for Blackout Wednesday, just remember to wrap it up.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Wrap it up by 10 o'clock. There's a curfew.
Yeah,
that's what he was saying.
Of course what I mean.
That's what he's saying.
For Thanksgiving Day itself, just fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Just
nice.
At least for your family's sake.
Yep.
Pretend like you really want to be there.
Nice.
Pretend like you're enjoying yourself.
There you go.
Because if you just make it a miserable experience for them and yours, everyone loses at that point.
That's true. That is great family advice here from Ben the night before Thanksgiving.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. All right, everyone. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week. We're going to start preparing for Christmas now, I guess. We're going to get ready for our Christmas show.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.